What is the Lab Science program at NECC? I'm glad you asked. The Lab Science program is an Associates in Applied Sciences, which means it's a 2-year degree. One of the greatest parts is there are no entrance exams, no TEAS, no Hobbit test to take. There are also no minimum math or science requirements to enter the program. All you have to do is show up in Lawrence or Haverhill at the Advising Center. Tell them that you want to be a Lab Science major, and you're in. Guaranteed admissions. Now, once you're in the program, your first year, we train you in the math and science that you will need to be successful in this field. During your second year, you get to start specializing in what you find particularly interesting. This could be analytical chemistry, environmental sciences, or biotechnology. But our goal is to train you as an entry-level lab tech. Now that means that after 2 years, you could go straight into the workforce. You could get a job at a local company. Or, if you desire, you could transfer to a 4-year school, where you could pursue a bachelor's, a master's, or even a PhD. Our students are actually traveling and transferring to top institutions across the country with their lab science degree at NECC. What are the jobs like in lab science? Well, there are actually quite a few different fields that you could go into. You could go into pharmaceuticals, microbiology, manufacturing, quality control, quality assurance. Many of our students are even working in hospitals, kind of behind the scenes doing medical research. One of the hottest new fields is forensic science. Everyone's seen CSI, and they're excited by this idea. However, many people mistakenly think that they should actually go into the criminal justice program in order to be a CSI, and that's not true. You should actually go into lab sciences, where we train you in the techniques necessary to excel in this field. What are the job prospects like? Well, particularly here in Massachusetts, there are a variety of jobs that you can go into. The prospects are wonderful. The salary is approximately $40,000 to $42,000 starting out, which is very good for a 2-year degree. The projected growth of this field is continuing to expand compared to other fields. What are some of the advantages of choosing a career in lab sciences? Well, most places work on a 9-to-5 work schedule, which means weekends, holidays off, paid leave. Now, again, if you want to, you could find a company that works, night shifts or weekends, things like that. If that's the kind of person you are, you might be a night owl. Now, also, many of the companies have very extensive benefits programs, life insurance, health insurance, and one of the nicest things is many of them also offer tuition reimbursement, which means after graduating with a 2-year degree in lab science, you could go to work for one of these companies, and then they would actually pay for you to go back and get your bachelor's degree or your master's degree. Now, why would you particularly choose NECC to get a job in lab science? Well, one reason is because we have an extensive list of industry partners. Our advisory board is made up of representatives from various companies around the region. We ask them, what do you want in an employee? And they tell us. An example of this is a few years ago, we were told by our advisory board members that they needed employees that were familiar with cell culture work. And so we developed a cell biology course specifically to meet those needs. That means that when you go and try to apply for a job, you are going to have all the skills necessary to succeed at that company. Another reason that the Lab Science program at NECC is particularly amazing is because we are platinum endorsed by the MLSEC. This is the highest endorsement offered by the state of Massachusetts. Another thing is the Department of Higher Ed in Massachusetts just listed our program as one of the top programs in the state. Also, due to some very wonderful grants that we've been able to receive in lab science, all of the labs are newly renovated. We also have state-of-the-art equipment, gas chromatography, cell culture, HPLC, techniques that I didn't get to use until I was a senior in college. Our students get to use some of these amazing instruments during their second semester in the program. It's a wonderful way for you to get hands-on experience in the techniques necessary for you to succeed in an actual company, rather than just sitting back and reading a textbook. Also, there are 4 PhD level science faculty that are devoted solely to your success. You would come in a cohort of approximately 24 students with one-on-one training from the various faculty members. One of the most amazing parts of the lab science program at NECC is our externship program. What this means is that As you develop your skills in the program, you start to think about what kind of company do you want to work for? Do you want to go work in pharmaceuticals? What about biotechnology? Maybe you want to work for the state crime lab. You tell us what kind of company you want to work for. We help you to develop your resume, to apply for positions, and then we will help you to find an externship. We guarantee that you will have 8 to 10 weeks of work experience at an actual company before you graduate from the program. This is amazing because this allows you to, again, get hands-on real-world experience, to network, to get your name out there so that companies know about you. Oftentimes our students find that they are offered jobs from their externship partner. Other times there might not be an opening at that company at that time. However, you now have the real-world experience so that when you apply for a job and they ask that vital question of, do you have any experience in this field? You can say, yes, I worked at Charm Sciences for 8 weeks. Here's a letter from my supervisor. Here are the techniques I've been learning. And that's one of the best ways to get a job. So what's the main reason that you should be part of the lab science program at NECC? It's because our students are succeeding. They are pursuing advanced degrees. They are getting jobs in this field. And we want you to be a part of that. We want you to be a part of this wonderful program. So how can you find out more? Well, you can visit our website. You can also contact any of the faculty. Dr. Marguerite Wagenot is the coordinator of the Lab Science program. Her email address is shown here. Give her a call, email her, contact any of us, or stop by the Advising Center and ask. Find out more about this wonderful program. Find out exactly how you can fit into the Lab Science program and how you can succeed in this amazing field.